All right, thank you for checking out our basic risk reward calculator. This calculator is basically designed to give you a rudimentary entry-level understanding of risk reward. This is not by any means an in-depth discussion on risk reward, but I want to show you just a few points and how you can use this to get the understanding of how holding on for larger targets, cutting your losers short, if you will, and using those bigger targets can help you in your trading. All right, so we're futures traders here. So I've identified this will work on the tick size for these futures markets. One thing to keep in mind here before we get started is if you don't use the cap lock on this, then you are not going to get this to work for you. So when you type in these symbols, make sure you capitalize the symbols here. We're going to give you 2 contracts. We're going to say that this is going to work out over 100 trades, right? So you can use as many contracts as you would like. You can go to 10 contracts, and you'll see that that works as well. But for our purposes here today, we're going to look at 2 contracts on the CL. We're going to say our win percentage right now is 50%. All right, so when you type in 50%, the loss percent will calculate automatically. And let's assume for a minute that you are going to take one off at 10 ticks, and that your average second lot goes off at 7 ticks as an example. So let's say that your first trade is off at 10 ticks, and your next trade goes off a few times at break even, and sometimes it goes off at break even plus 5, and then sometimes it goes off at break even plus 10, and it ends up being an average over the course of these trades of 7 ticks. Again, like I said before, this is a very rudimentary basic risk reward calculator. It's not terribly sophisticated, but it's going to give you an idea. So let's assume for a minute that your average second target goes off at 7 ticks. Your stop loss here, we're going to make this 12 ticks, and as we enter into that, so what this is telling you is that over the course of time, you win 17 ticks on your winners, and you lose 24 ticks when you lose. Your risk reward is a little less than 1-to-1. Again, this is not going to be exact, as this is not giving you decimal places. It is actually rounding up. So for this, it's basically telling you it's a little bit lower than 1-to-1, but it is rounding up to the highest level there, risk reward of 1-to-1. What this is telling you is that if you win 50% of the time at these parameters, you're going to lose approximately $3,500 over the course of 100 trades. Okay, so what that means is you're going to either have to increase the amount of reward. So let's do this. Let's make this 0, and we'll bring this target up to 2. And while it's still not quite 1-to-1, you can see how it's getting you closer and bringing down this number. So let's assume for a minute that you're going to win 65% of your trades at a 10-tick target, 2 lots coming off at 10 ticks. Then that is a $4,600 reward over the course of 100 trades. Again, that's winning 65% of the time. Let's say you only win 52% of the time. Okay, so now you're down to $1,120 loss. All right, so one more thing here that we'll look at before we move on is let's change this target. If you've got a 12-tick stop, let's make this a 24-tick target, and we'll make that an even 2-to-1. Then you can see that your CL is $13,440 at a 52% win rate on 2 contracts if you are consistently coming in at 2-to-1 risk reward over the course of 100 trades. So anyway, that's the basic functionality. The one thing that I do want you to remember here when you're looking at this calculator is that there are many variables that go into this, like commissions and slippage and fees and all of those kinds of things. You also have break-even trades, but that's kind of committed, presented here in the lose percentage a little bit, because when you hit a break-even trade, you're actually losing because of the fees and commissions that are associated with that particular trade. Now, your loss isn't going to be a total of 24 ticks on 2 lots when you break even. So it's, like I said, this is a very basic spreadsheet calculator to give you some very basic information. We have a much more robust risk analyzer here, and it is not here right now on the bottom of this page, but I'm going to put a button here at the bottom of this page so you can get a better look at the more robust risk analyzer tool that we use here to really sharpen the pencil on determining risk reward. So anyway, thank you for spending time here at the page, and we hope to see you in the trading room soon.